Morning, everyone. Welcome to Doron Yoga. Another day, another practice. We'll try and do today a bit of a modified second series, a very modified, don't worry, just to have a little fun, see you get a bit of a taste of it, okay? So we'll just start with one Om together. Close your eyes. Inhale. Open your eyes, release the hands. We'll do one round of Kapalabhati to warm up the core. Sharp exhales through the nose. Belly comes in every time you exhale. Go at your speed and as however many are reasonable for you. Exhale all the way. Inhale. Release, exhale. Just a couple of breaths. Awareness at the belly, the heat, the power, the bandhas. And feeling the belly a bit in and up. Feel your pelvic floor lift a bit up, Mula Bandha and Uddiyana Bandha. And let's meet in downward dog. Ahead and take a few breaths in downward dog. Walk the feet to the front of your mat. Forward fold. Bend the knees a lot, roll up like a wave. Let's do a few more times the wave just to warm up a bit the spine. Knees forward, hips forward, belly, chest, head. Just do this a few times. Let's meet in Samastitihi. Inhale, Yekam, Surya Namaskara 8. Exhale, Dvay, forward fold. Inhale, Trini, Ardha Uttanasana, lengthen. Exhale, maybe step the first round, lower Chaturanga. Inhale, upward, chest forward, shoulders back. Take a few extra breaths here to really warm up the spine. Into downward dog. Take note if you've activated, awakened your Ujjayi breath. Letting the breath flow through the nose, passing the slightly restricted back of your throat.
creating a soft sound, both for control of breath and for awareness. Look forward, step or jump to the front. Lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. See your hands if you want a hint of a back bend. Exhale, samastiti. Again, yekam inhale, urdhva hastasana. Dve, exhale, uttanasana. Trini, inhale, ardha uttanasana. Chatwari, exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Pancha, inhale, urdhva mukha shvanasana. Shat, exhale, adho mukha shvanasana. Try to keep wrapping the arms around towards the chest, keeping space between the shoulder blades. Keep reaching the hips far back, the heels down. Look forward, Sapta, jump, Ardha Uttanasana, Ashta Uttanasana. Nava, inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, Samastiti. Here we go again. Yekam, inhale. Dve, exhale. Trini, inhale. Chatwari, exhale. Pancha, inhale. Shat, exhale. Good. Look forward, step or jump. Lengthen, maybe all with one inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Optional back bend. Exhale, close. Last one. Inhale. Feel free to follow your own breath. Exhale. Inhale, soft gaze, right? Just look up partway. Exhale. We'll take a modification here, so we'll bring the right foot forward, left knee down for low lunge, warming up our psoas. We'll need it. Hands can be in any variation that you like, on the knees, hips, towards the ground, clasp behind the back. Just keep feeling heavy with the hips, let them sink down, while at the same time maintaining your bandhas, maintaining the heart lift. Hands down. Step back. Chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale. Left foot, right knee down. Low lunge, variations of Anjaneyasana. Maintain the Ujjayi breath, maintain the awareness of it, and the awareness of your drishti, soft, steady gaze. Beautiful. With awareness, hands to the mat. Step the left foot back. Gaze a bit forward. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, urdhva mukha svanasana. Exhale, adho mukha svanasana. Reconnect with breath. One more deep, long exhale. Look forward, jump. Exhale, forward fold. Right into Utkatasana. Inhale. Hold chair pose. Hold Utkatasana for just 3. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward, Urdhva. Exhale, downward, Adho. Right foot, Virabhadrasana. Slow and steady, coming up, warrior. Exhale, back down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Trying to move with your breath. Paying attention, see if every movement can be a full breath. Left foot, warrior 1. One long big inhale, stretch it up. And then exhale, back down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Five, exhale. And inhale, jump, lengthen. Exhale. Bend the knees, inhale, Utkatasana. Shortcut way, forward fold. Inhale, Chatwari. Pancha, Shat. Sapta, right foot. Ashta, Chaturanga Dandasana. Now inhale, Desha. Ekadesha, left foot. Dwadesha, Chaturanga. Trayodesha, Chaturdesha. Presence. Exhale, look forward, Panchadasha, jump. Shodasha. Saptadasha, bend the knees. Samastitihi. Last round. Ekam, inhale, bend the knees. Dwe, exhale. Trini, Chatwari. Pancha, Shat. Right foot, inhale. Come up and stay. Just take a few breaths here. Feel the warrior. Many little twists. Warm up the spine a tiny bit. Little back bend, left arm up, optional. Back to the warrior. Into a lizard, hands to the inside of the right foot, left knee down. Sneaking in some Doron yoga into Ashtanga. That's cool. That's how Doron yoga kind of started evolving. Right? Adding a few of my favorite little opening stretches to really prepare for some of the intense poses that come later. Again, don't worry, we'll do a very modified version today. Still, can't harm to warm up the hips a bit. Coming back up, straightening the front leg. A little warm up for the hamstrings. That and Chaturanga. Exhale, down dog. Left foot forward. Coming up to the warrior. Hold. Sink the hips. Twist. Mind is steady. Stiram Sukhamasana. Steady and with ease. Back bend optional. Warrior. Lizard. Hands to the inside of the left foot. Keep the left foot more forward than the left knee. Lower just to where it feels right for you. See if you can find some ease in the shoulders and eyes and jaw. Go back up. I'm going to go for half Hanuman, straightening the left leg. Chaturanga Dandasana. Go ahead and take the feet a little wider. Bend the knees a lot. You can even bring the feet a bit closer. Go into your shoulders. Warm up your shoulders. And into downward dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Last couple of breaths before we come out. Exhale. And jump, Panchadasha. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees. Samastitihi. Beautiful. Hop the feet, hip width apart. Hands on the hips. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, peace, everybody. Peace sign fingers around the big toes. If you can't reach, you can just hold the elbows. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, Padangushtasana. If hamstrings are tight, or if you have a hamstring injury, of course, feel free, bend the knees. If it's super easy, work on straightening the legs, even shifting weight forward towards the toes. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, we're going to place the hands underneath the feet, Padahastasana. Really let it be almost more of a surrender than a fighting. There's more giving in to gravity. Letting your body weight fall down, surrender. 2 more breaths. Beautiful, everyone. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, bring the hands to the hips, come halfway up. Inhale, rise all the way up. Samastitihi. Beautiful. Trikonasana. We'll do Ashtanga style today, so open the right foot either to the back of the room and face the back, or if you're wanting to stay in front of the screen, you can stay facing forward, arms up. Then if you want to see me, you can face the front, so you can be the regular way. Reach forward and exhale. Trikonasana. Triangle pose. If you're doing Ashtanga style and you have the reach for the big toe, great. If it collapses your whole form, please, doesn't matter. Wherever you reach on the leg is great. Try to come up and turn all with one inhale. Up and turn, or just switch legs. And exhale, second side. Keep the left kneecap lifted. Keep the toes relaxed. Even the shoulders are somewhat relaxed. Drishti is towards the hand. Inhale, coming up, turn. Left arm will face up, reaching revolved triangle, Parivrita Trikonasana. Left hand anywhere on the right leg, right arm to the sky. So even if the hand down, I would keep it a little higher up on the leg and straighten the leg a little more. Yeah. Inhale, up. Rotate, this time right arm up. And exhale, right hand to the left leg or eventually to the outside of the left foot. Drishti towards the left hand. Belly in. Beautiful. Inhale, coming back up. And Samastiti. Beautiful. Uttita Parshva Konasana, open long. You can again stay facing me the first round, and you can turn around. Arms up as in Warrior 2. Exhale, either elbow to the thigh, or if you have the hand all the way to the ground, go. Left arm over the head. Try to look up towards the sky. If you want to do Ashtanga style, look at your left hand. Keep opening your belly and chest towards the sky. Breath. Inhale up and rotate. Same pose on the left side. Make sure you're not collapsing in the back leg. There's still energy lifting the hip, though the left knee is moving towards 90 degrees. Inhale up, turn. We're going to go for the revolved. So we're going to start baby steps, left knee on the ground. Go here and twist, 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 twist. Try to get the armpit over. Left hand can stay there, hands to the heart, or hand to the heart, the ground. Maybe lifting the back knee. Maybe. Warrior 1, back foot, right arm maybe over the head. Please breathe. Here we go. Inhale, up and rotate. Exhale, coming across. Armpit as much as you can. You can set up with the back knee on the ground. Arms of choice. Maybe lifting the back heel. Breathe. Try to maintain the space between the shoulder blades. Inhale, rise. Exhale, Samastiti. Cool. Let's open for Prasarita Padottanasana. Right foot opens, feet parallel. Hands to the hips. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Hands to the ground. Inhale, lengthen once more. Exhale, Prasarita A. Inhale, elongate the spine. Exhale, bring the hands to the hips. Inhale, rise all the way up. Inhale, arms up to a T, going to C. Clasp the hands behind the back. Inhale, create length. Exhale, forward fold. Keep breathing. If the shoulders feel a bit tight, you can see Dan demonstrating taking the strap between the hands. If you have a shoulder injury, if you have hamstrings injury, Kasha is doing a variation for that. Otherwise, just be in the pose. We'll stay a little longer. Instead of C, instead of B and D, we're just going to stay longer in this pose, letting really the legs warm up, the head be heavy to the ground. Eyes are steady and relaxed. One last deep breath here. Inhale, coming back up all the way to standing and coming to the front of your mat. Padottanasana. We'll take the hands behind the back. If you can, reverse Namaste, otherwise hold the elbows. You can do Ashtanga style and turn around, or you can just put the back foot back and the right foot back and keep looking forward towards the screen. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, forward fold. Kasha's variation is to strengthen the psoas as she has a hamstring injury. And note, you may find many videos where Kasha is doing this. This is normal. Hamstrings injuries sometimes can last a year or even longer. And so the secret is to never stop practicing, but to modify, take other options, even if they seem somewhat unrelated. That's fine. It's practice. Inhale, coming up. Turn to the other side or switch legs, your choice. Lengthen. And exhale, forward fold. Try to wiggle the hands a bit higher, the elbows a bit more towards the sky. Slowly coming back up. And step to the front of your mat. Samastiti here. Cool. We're going to make our way down to downward dog. Surya Namaskara A. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Step or jump. Inhale. Exhale. I'm going to cheat. We're adding a pose here. So coming forward to plank and lower slowly to the belly. I'm going to do a little shoulder stretch, which will help with the binding of the first pose of second series. Right arm to the right side, a little higher than your shoulders. Roll onto the shoulder until you can feel your shoulder going Aichiwawa. And then keep moving. Maybe knees up, maybe not. Maybe left hand behind the back, maybe not. Either way, breathing, not too long, just enough to warm up the shoulders. You guys are all doing great. Keep the eyes sparkling, the smile on the face. And switch to the other side. Again, I'm just making sure that my hand is about nose high. I roll, should feel something in the shoulders. Some people feel it a bit in the elbow. That's okay too. If it's too much, you can always move the arm a bit up or down or bend a bit. Bend the arm to see if you can find a place where it gets a little more to that feeling of, oh yeah, I can go deeper into my bind. Breathing. Nice, nice. Back to center. Coming up, warming up the spine a tiny bit more with a cobra. Into the downward dog. Take 2 breaths. Look between the hands, jump to a squat.
Beautiful, everybody. So the first pose we're going to do is a twist, and it's kind of intense. So we're going to start twisting towards the left. And you may want to just go ahead, and my heels are up, right? You can put a block or roll the mat under to support you if you want, or you can try and balance without it. Try to go as deeply as you can to the armpit, even if you just had kale salad. And then take the other arm under, and just half a twist is fine. Over time, some of you will be able to take the bind. If you have the bind over time, lift the hips a bit and move the heels down. Take your gaze to the left, just a few more breaths. Let's switch sides. So twisting to the right side. Again, really getting the armpit in, tucking the belly in, taking the arm under, using tons of bandhas. Keep opening the right shoulder as much as you can. Breathe. Good. You can lift up to a half mini handstand and chaturanga. So just jump up the hips. Jump through to your seat, and if you use blocks, feel free to use the blocks. Okay. Left leg straight, right foot to the in folded, just like Trianga Mukha. Actually, let us start with Trianga Mukha. So, coming forward, and for many of us, you'll be sitting on a block, especially if the right knee is getting too much pressure. Maybe it's the right ankle. If your hamstrings are injured, feel free to bend in the left knee a lot. Okay, now to the second series pose, and you can stay here in the primary series pose. Ramchasana, taking the foot, lifting the leg, point the toes, and then over time lift the chest. And work on moving the leg towards the head towards, no, not the head so much towards the leg, more the leg to the head. Beautiful. Good news, vinyasa. Here we go. Jump back, chaturanga. Second side, jump through. Beautiful. Right leg straight, forward fold. Trianga Mukha Ekapada Paschimottanasana. As this gets easier for you, you can bring the knees closer to each other. At first, maybe it's too much. Keep them a little apart. Remember, sitting on a block is super okay. Ramchasana, or stay in the first version. Remember, not all sides are the same. Chaturanga Dandasana, yummy, yummy. I'm going to come forward to plank, and in slow motion, lower to the belly. Beautiful, everybody. Salabhasana, arms alongside the body, palms facing up. Lift the chest, lift the legs. Keep the hands on the ground. Straightening the legs as much as possible. 4, 5. Bring the hands alongside the body, still on the ground. Just a little bit alongside the ribs, maybe the lower ribs.
Lift a bit more. Good. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Forward to plank. Slowly lower to the belly. Cool. Bending the knee. We'll try to do half Bakasana first. Working on the right foot maybe, moving towards the ground. Chest lifts, breathing. Switch legs. Beautiful. So some of you will just switch legs again for 2 breaths, or try if you want. We're going for the full pose, both feet forward, chest up, breathe. Release down, upward dog, and downward dog. Coming back into plank. Lower to the belly. Bow pose, Dhanyurasana. Take the feet, or if you can, the ankles, legs up, then chest up, breathe. Lower down. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Forward to plank, lower to the belly. Inhale, lift up, bow pose. Roll on to the right side. Try to pull the legs far away from you. Chest opens, breathe. Inhale, up. Exhale, roll to the opposite side. Really press the legs away even more now. Open the chest. Inhale, rise back up. Hold. Release down. Inhale. Upward dog, or maybe even cheat and take a cobra. Get it really open. Exhale, downward dog. Take 1 breath to relax everything. We're going to come forward to our knees one more time for Camel Ushtrasana. Placing the hands on the hips. If you need to tuck the toes under, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, back bend. Try to bring the hands to the heels. Keep the hips moving forward, the chest up. This is a challenge, like I said. Tuck the toes. If it's easy, walk the hands further down on the feet. Breathe. Inhale, come up. Exhale, Chaturanga. Second one, coming forward. You can repeat exactly as we did before. Perfect, no problem. If you have further into Laghu Vajrasana, take the hands to the calves or behind the knees, or as David Swenson does it, to the knees. And work on the head going as far back as it can while you can still make your way back up. Eventually, head will be on the ground. Inhale, coming back up. And exhale, Chaturanga. Last one. Here we go. Back to the knees. Repeat the first version of Ustrasana or the second Lagavajrasana. Or you can work towards, we're not going to do today full Kapotasana, but chest is up, hands to the heart. They don't even need to reach the ground. Just go as far as you can and hold. If they reach the ground, stay there. Try to work on straightening the arms as much as possible. Exhale as you go down. Legs are strong. Either hands stay at the heart, face over the head, or maybe some of you take them to the ground. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Somewhat of a release for the spine. Crow pose, walk the feet. Hands onto the armpits. Shift the weight forward, look forward, hold, lift the legs as high as you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward. Downward dog. Beautiful. We'll come through to sit, so jump through to your seat. We'll take 2 twists. Bend the left knee. Bring the right foot, if you can, to half lotus, otherwise to Jana Shirshasana, to the inside. We're going to twist over to the right side. Maybe your right hand reaches the toes, maybe a strap, maybe fakes it, it's fine. Left hand either on the knee or one day underneath. The right leg, lift tall and twist to the right. Twisting as healthy as good. Make sure you're not compromising the knee for the twist. Center, Chaturanga. Jump through for the second side. Again, half lotus or not, whatever works for you. Bind or not. Right hand either to the knee or under the knee. Grow tall, that's the most important thing. And then twist. As this pose gets easier, try to keep both sit bones down on the ground. A little more challenge to have both the sitting bones and the right palm down. Not super crucial really, just working towards it for the fun of it. Nice. And turn to the front, jump back. Cool. So we're going to return into the little lizard, Lizzie the lizard, right foot forward. This time, since the next pose would have been sitting with the leg behind the head, we're just going to take the hands under, either like airplane, or work on the right head, yeah, exactly, on the head, towards going under the right leg. So just pull your head towards the right as much as you can. Should feel kind of juicy. I'm going to place my hands on the ground. If you're not laying down, chest down, head down, you can work on even lifting the back knee. Sometimes that helps give some extra spice. Cool. Release. Let's take a vinyasa. Left leg, So again, left foot is forward of the knee. And work on the arms to the side. Work on the head towards the leg. Again, one day it'll go under the leg completely. I'm going to keep it forward. Hands to the side, optional. Lift the back knee up. Breathing. Chaturanga. Exhale, down dog. Look forward. We're going to step or jump through to our seats. Beautiful. We're going to slowly lower down to the back. Slowly, with control, with control, with control. All the way down. Thread the needle. Bend the right knee. Bring the left knee closer in towards the chest. If you've got any little bit of knee injuries or such, you can flex the feet. For those of you, I'll show you the other side. For those of you that this is intense, please stay here. Feel the hip. If this is getting easy for anybody, you can place one foot on the ground and work on the other foot towards the forehead, towards the third eye. Remember, it's not about lifting the head up, it's about the foot. And that definitely, I can feel it increases intensity a lot. If that is easy, and here I really have to urge you to take caution, right? You can go almost like Baddha Konasana. Here I do lift the head, and eventually the head goes over the leg under the head. And if all that is still easy, you may need to hold the leg in place. You can straighten the right leg. If it's with strong resistance, by all means don't do it. It's a really easy place to get injured, either in the knee or the lower back. And so I call it the patience pose. It takes practicing over and over, slowly, slowly. It's good. You don't need to have crazy cardio or anything. You really only need patience, and it happens. So go ahead and switch sides. Also recognize that not both sides have to be the same, right? One side may be more open than the other. Like I said, for me, one side has an injury, so I'm taking this side very basic, very easy. I can feel it. I can feel a bit of pinching in my right knee. And so as you can see, even with injury, I practice. It's not like I stop. It's just I take it way, way easier on certain things. And so instead of being, oh, I could, I wish, I would, just returning to breath, returning to the present moment. I do remember days of injury where I couldn't walk, so hallelujah. We came here, we're doing it, we're breathing, just a little more, really warming up the spine, the hips. Beautiful. Release. You can bring the knees to the chest for a moment, roll a bit on the back. We're going to meet in downward dog, so you can either take the Chakrasana, the backward somersault, or roll up to sit, take Vinyasa. Yeah. You're taking the backward somersault, hands by the ears, get to Chaturanga, walk the hands forward, and complete the Vinyasa. I'm going to try and do a basic version of the Titibhasana. We won't do the whole thing, but let's just give it a try. So we're going to hop the legs around the hands or to the hands. One day we'll be able to hop them onto the arms. And then from here, let's just take it a little more basic today. Hands behind the heels. Try to have a seat. And for me, this is great right now. Here, my toes are still on the ground. That's it. Maybe you can lift one foot at a time, maybe both feet. That's great too. If you have tight hamstrings or an injury, you won't be able to straighten the legs. Otherwise, just work right on lifting the hips back, chest forward, straighten the arms, straighten the legs as much as you can. We'll not do all the different variations of it. Just one. Some of you can lift the hips, move the legs back into crow, and shoot to Chaturanga. Either way, take a vinyasa. We'll meet in downward dog. Good job. Remember, trying, playing, having a good time with it is what matters. My mom's 82. She never tried this. She's still happy. It's not a requirement for a good life. Oh no, good times. Here we go. Pincha has arrived. Not pinching, pincha. We're going to take our feathered peacock. Forearms on the ground. I highly encourage you to use your block between the hands. Kasha and Dan will, I guess, demonstrate how it goes. I'm really squeezing the block in. I press the elbows down. Elbows are a little too close to each other so I can roll on the skin. And then I press and lift between the shoulder blades. Option 1, dolphin. Option 2, walk way forward, dolphin intense. Bring the hips as much as possible over the shoulders. Option 27, splits, one leg up. Option 684, both legs up. Whatever you do, please try to breathe. It's the first step. It's much easier to do banana. It's perfectly okay to flip over. That's how we learn to get off the wall. I can tell you these two lovely students of mine here regularly do it, piece of cake on the wall. Today, thanks to the camera, they have to do it in the middle of the room, which is great because it forces Kasha to be a supermodel. That was amazing. Dan, look a bit forward. Good. Breathing. So again, you guys can use the wall. That's perfectly okay. Good. If you've had enough, rest in child's pose. If you have one more in you, you can do it either the back bend if these are easy for you, or the Karandavasana, the lotus version. Breathing. I won't go all the way, just part way, just for fun. Okay. Meeting in downward dog. There went the block. Take a couple of breaths, let everything settle. Cool. Skipping a little more, going into Parigasana. So come through to your seat, right knee bend. We're gonna either take the right knee and open it up to a 90 degree. If this is not working for you because of the knee or the hips or the ankle, you can simply take Janu Shirshasana variation, right? The important part is mostly the twisting of the body sideways, tucking the belly in. Option 1, right arm behind the head. Option 27, reaching towards the left foot, maybe with one arm. One can be at the air or reaching for the foot. Over time, working on spinning, opening the chest, taking the gaze up towards the sky. In Ashtanga, both elbows are off the ground. I sometimes like to actually press the left elbow down to help open the chest, because I really think it's not about the elbows, but about opening the chest. Some people like to take the left hand over to the right thigh. That helps them open up a little deeper. Really, so many variations. It's all good. If you're feeling an opening in the side of the body, beautiful. You can simply switch sides. I'm going to take a vinyasa. Join me if you like. Jumping through to sit. Left knee bends. Really tuck the belly in, really turn your shoulders sideways. And as you go down, notice there's an option to curl down or to really reach. So try, wherever it is that your right hand is, to reach it as far as you can to create that length. And then the left arm helps with that lengthening. Top it off with some breathing. Really, every inhale, I feel my chest opening a tiny bit more, a millimeter towards the sky, and that's amazing. It just means I'm present, I can see the movement of the body, the breath, what I'm seeing with my eyes, my drishti. Coming out, we'll take a vinyasa. Cool. So there are plenty more poses in the second part of the second series, but I want to give us a chance to work on the headstands and the back bends, etc. So we'll flip the order a bit. We'll just go right to the finishing. We'll start with our back bends on the back, forward fold, and then we'll play a bit with headstands, whether regular or fancy. So let's make our way to our back one more time. Not last time. There's always a Shavasana. And try to give it a go. Give it 3 of your back bends, whatever they are, whether you lift to bridge, whether you lift to upward bow. Doesn't matter. See what feels good for you today. In second series, we get double intensity. We do both the back bends on the knees as well as on the back. In Doron Yoga, usually I choose one of the two and give it a little extra time. So it's a beautiful thing. It really opens the back, but it can get to be a little more intense than normal. So practice with care, with consciousness. Do 5 breaths, come down, rest, come up again, or do 5 breaths, walk the hands a bit in, and then re-come up. For those of you that do the drop backs, go ahead, add them in. Try to keep the heels moving out a bit, so you're slightly pigeon-toed. Keep tucking the tailbone slightly under, not a lot, just to protect the back. Working on straightening the arms. Cool. Hopefully you got to have 3 in there. Do you guys want one more? Did you do 3? One more. Dan said one more. That's the attitude, right? Let's try one last one. 2 seconds, 5 seconds, 20 seconds. Lift up. Give it what you got. Advanced students, consider smiling. That means you, everyone. And release down. Bring the knees to the chest. Give yourself a loving hug. Roll a bit from side to side. I'm going to roll up to sit. Forward fold. I'm going to take a quickie, 1 second, twist to each side. I don't know. Personally, for me, it feels good before I go into the deep forward fold. Head. Remember, you can sit on a block, bend the knees a lot. You can take Baddha Konasana if you want. Mm-hmm. Baddha Konasana is a nice option because it opens the hips, but it still is a bit of a forward fold for the back. And that's the main thing we're working on, not necessarily, though we are obviously stretching the hamstrings. But we just want the flexion of the spine as opposed to what we just did, which was the hyperextension of the spine in the back bends. And if you're like, hyperextension? I thought that's an extension. Yeah, come do one of our teacher trainings. I'll explain it further. We're almost there. Just a few more breaths. Cool. Moment we've all been waiting for. So in the second series, traditionally, we would do 7 types of headstands apart from the last regular headstand. We're going to combine them here today and do any headstand that you can. We said it's a modified second series. It's not the ultimate ninja show-off version. So if you can do a regular headstand or you're working on the regular one, hallelujah. Even if you can go halfway and down, one leg up, that's great. If you can do 2, maybe you do the first one and the tripod headstand. Hallelujah as well. I'm going to start really quick with showing you a third variation in case you can do the third one. Otherwise, again, any one that you're doing is fine. The third one that I'm going to talk about, you do need to know how to come up with straight legs. Arms are straight, palms flat, palms facing up, shifting the weight, pressing the tops of the hand to the ground and lifting up. The exit from this pose is simply by transitioning into the tripod headstand, lowering halfway into Chaturanga. So again, practice what you've got in your practice. As long as you're upside down, as long as you've got the head pressing onto the ground, the crown of the head, the fontanella area, really the crown chakra, it's already kind of giving a little bit of a call to an opening for enlightenment, right? So let's stay another few moments. If you've come down, you can take child's pose. If you've got energy for one more, come up once more. Nice. Take your time to come down to make your way into child's pose. If you'd like, knees apart. We'll take a vinyasa into downward dog. Jump through to your seat. Make our way into Shoulderstand, Salamba Sarvangasana. In certain languages, people call it, in certain countries' languages, a candle pose. Cool too. And try and come into stillness. So lifting up, roll the shoulders under, elbows come a bit closer to each other. Straighten the legs as much as they're willing. And then steady your drishti, your gaze, at one point. Remember the drishti, the focus is focus but not intensity. Sometimes I've seen, since in Ashtanga people talk about drishti in the direction of the nose, people cross-eyed, really adding tension and stress. So look in the direction of the toes and then actually relax the eyes so you can see through the peripheral vision, meaning you can see much more than just your toes, even though you're looking straight at your toes. A few more breaths. Beautiful. Legs come over the head into plow, halasana. If you can, you can clasp the hands and lower them towards the mat or onto the mat. If the legs, the feet don't reach the ground, That's totally fine. If the toes are on the ground, then it's easy. Untuck the toes so the toenails are on the ground. Breathe. Bend the knees towards the ears. Keep breathing. Legs back up to the sky, shoulder stand. If you have the lotus, please take the lotus. Otherwise, you can either take Baddha Konasana or just cross the leg any way that works for you. It doesn't really matter. And then, for those of you that can, bring the hands under the knees, try to balance. If this doesn't work, just keep the hands on the back. That's awesome too. Traditionally, it's under the knees. If you've got long arms like mine, I'm putting them over or up in the air, because otherwise I will still be in shoulder stand. We always have to take into consideration the specific anatomy of each and every human being. Hug the knees towards the chest. It would be silly to pretend that we're all the same, but we all share the same energy and influence each other dramatically. Body-wise, we're not the same body. Hands onto the mat, slowly rolling down. Take your time. Once you reach down, try to keep your legs crossed or in lotus. Lift the belly, lift the chest. Take the head down to the mat. If you can, hold the feet or the thighs or the knees, whatever you can. And then go ahead, try to keep the head, chest, hips as they are. Simply straighten the legs up into the air. Straighten the hands up into the air, palms together, facing the toes. Breathing. Lower down, knees to the chest. Let's roll up to sit for a moment. We won't do all the closing sequence, but let's still take a moment seated before Shavasana. If you want, we can start with a moment of forward folding. You can hold the elbows behind the back. I know a few of you may be able to take the toes, the bind. Like I said, I just have long arms. It's not a magic thing. Forward fold. If you don't have that and your head doesn't come to the ground, I just put two fists, one on top of each other, and I rest my forehead onto it. It's really just a bit of grounding to close up, to connect with the earth. And coming back up to sit. Take the hands into Jnana Mudra. Jnana Mudra, thumb, index finger touching. Stretch lightly the fingers, close your eyes. It's not a deep meditation, it's more of a dharana, focus, where you're aware of the breath as it moves through your entire spine, through your main energy channel. Maybe you can feel it go all the way up to the head, projecting onto the third eye.
Second series is balancing, is the Nadi Shodana, feeling the great balance of energy and softness. Maybe you feel the breath coming in through both nostrils simultaneously, balancing the left and right hemispheres of the brain. Maybe it's simply a balance of not too far excitement or too far depression, but a stable, steady happiness, what I like to call a joy, sustainable joy, which is more like an expansion of love everywhere. So it's not the crazy excitement. But usually when we go to crazy excitement, we end up in crazy depression, anger, or sadness later. Learning to be a bit more chill on both ends of the spectrum. And by practicing this here, right now, it doesn't mean, yes, I am perfect, you are perfect. It means, yes, I recognize my shadows. I recognize where I am out of balance. And I set a true, sincere intention to keep working on it, to keep improving. This goes for all of you, whether you're teachers or beginners. If you do the practice, if you do the work, that's what really matters. Taking this intention off the mat, if you haven't already, bring the hands to the heart. Maybe if you'd like, share with us your intentions in the comments below. How was this for you? Hopefully we'll do a full second series soon. We're going to stop here and chant a little chant to end and allow you to take more Shavasana after we finish, as long as feels appropriate for you. But please do take a bit of a Shavasana. We'll do the closing chant. If you know it, join us. We'll type it in the notes below. Inhale.
Swasti Prajabhyaha Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahi Mahishaha Go Brahmanebhyaha Shubhamastu Nityam Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Thank you everyone for practicing with us. Subscribe to get some more. Until next time, namaste.